The world is just like dry. There's sand everywhere. There's like, you find little remnants of children's toys in the sand. Like, they're very sad places that we were filming, and it wasn't a set. Like, that's what it actually looked like.
Where were you shooting?
We were shooting a couple hours north of LA in a place called California City, and the director Tom Hammock found this place that's literally death. It was really sad. So kind of being around that vibe helped stay miserable. Yeah. But also, like, the writing was really great, and it was almost kind of fun, as terrible as that sounds, to like go to such dark, terrible, miserable. I keep using the same words, but that's how it was, place.
As an actor, to be called upon to be something that is so different from who you are, I mean, isn't that the fun of it?
Yeah, it's so fun, and it's actually really fun because this was the first film I ever did, so I'm still, finding my footing in this during the process of filming this movie. And but anyways, when I was filming, Tom, the director, before every take, before every scene, he would come up to me because I'd be like laughing and making some like dumb poop joke or something, and he'd come up and he'd be like, HL, that's what he called me HL. He'd be like, HL, like, get in it. Like, are you in it? And I'm like, yeah, Tom, I'm in it. And he's like, okay, I like want you to be focused. And I'm like, yeah, I'm focused. And then like he called action, and then I kind of just went there, because if you stay there for too long, it can kind of get depressing. So
kind of.
Yeah, well, more than kind of, but we tried to keep it somewhat positive between, and so that when it was time, when the camera was rolling and he said action, like there was a place to go, and you didn't get tired of it. It was like going there each time was like you kind of felt a new thing.
So it seems like your character has some really deep psychological internal struggles that she has to like pull out of herself to be strong, but then there's some external struggles as well. Can you talk about shooting some of those scenes?
The fights, the many fights in this movie. Well, I'd actually never held a gun in my life before I got this role, and right after I got the news that I was on board and everything, they were like, we want you to go and take a shooting range and hold a gun. And holding that gun for the first time was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, because it's a weapon and it's used for killing. And even in a safe place like a shooting range, or even when you're on set just like shooting blanks, like it's a scary thing. So it took a lot of preparation with that. I went to the shooting range for hours. I wasn't very good to begin with. I was not a natural with the gun. And the fights, we had a really awesome stunt coordinator that all those fights were choreographed, and we did them over and over and over. And I'm surprised I'm not like the Hulk.
I know we have to wrap this up, but I just want to say thank you for doing this film. I mean, it's getting, a lot of people are really excited about it.